Joseph Chacon here, Chief of Police, Austin Police Department. Also with me is Assistant City Manager Ray Ariano, several members of the executive and command staff, here to brief you about an officer-involved shooting that occurred this morning. At approximately, I'll just start out by saying that this information is very preliminary at this time. So obviously, please just understand that these facts may change as more information comes to light. We develop more sources of information. At approximately 1:17 a.m., officers were conducting a DWI investigation near the intersection of 5th and Sabine Street when they heard multiple gunshots coming from north of their location. They immediately ran to that area, running northbound along Sabine, and observed a small group of males firing weapons at unknown other individuals. One officer discharged his firearm, and it is unknown if anyone was struck by that officer's discharged weapon. The males took off running, ran northbound, and officers ran in pursuit of them, and ultimately did locate and detain two individuals that appear to be involved. They also recovered one handgun. A few moments later, at about 1:24 a.m., a person who had gunshot wounds was located, and officers began doing life-saving measures on that individual. He is at an area hospital in critical condition right now. So immediately following, as the investigation began, witnesses were located that advised that this appeared to be a dispute and ultimately a gun battle between two different groups of individuals, and multiple weapons were observed. The two groups fired at each other, which is why I say that it's unknown right now whether the officer struck someone or that individual was struck by someone else's gunfire. Our officer-involved shooting was captured on the officer's body-worn camera, and we're currently working on other sources of video. The individual who was shot is a 17-year-old black male, and his status remains critical at this time. I want to, again, just kind of state that this information right now is very preliminary. And as we have updates and I develop other information, then obviously that will be shared as well. As is our practice, there's going to be two investigations that will be conducted. The first is a criminal investigation that's conducted by our Special Investigations Unit with oversight from the District Attorney's Office. There'll be a concurrent administrative investigation that's conducted by our Internal Affairs Division with oversight from the Office of Police Oversight. The officer involved is a 4-year veteran with APD and will be placed on administrative duty, as is our protocol when involved in critical incidents. This still is an active investigation. We're still in the very early stages, and the area right now is not accessible, so I just ask the public to stay away from this part of town. It is important that if anyone was a witness to this or has information, has video potentially, or any other anything that could help the investigation, we ask that you please contact the police by either calling 911 or you can call the Crime Stoppers tip line to remain anonymous at 512-472-8477. That's my prepared comments. I will take a couple questions if there are any.
The DUI investigation, that's completely separate from what happened, correct?
That's correct. Those officers just happened to be there conducting that when they heard the gunshots.
There's this other scene over here at this gas station. Is that involved in this at all?
That is going to, that's part of our, multiple crime scenes that we have. That is involved.
Is that where the 17-year-old was located?
I'm not sure on that right now to even be able to tell you that.
Just to be clear, you said that they happened upon this gun battle. Were they exchanging, both sides were exchanging gunfire?
That's correct. As the officers were running towards the gunfire, the gunfire was actively being fired upon each other.
Do you know if the suspects were
that's undetermined right now, but officers, obviously were identifying themselves and telling people to stop. All right.
Chief, I believe this is your first officer involved shooting as chief. Your thoughts on that?
So this is my first one as being the permanent chief. We did have 2 other officer-involved shootings when I was during my interim period.
And I mean, your thoughts on now being active chief and officer involved and having these this type of investigation?
Obviously, yes, it is my responsibility as a chief of police to come out and talk about these. That's what I will be doing going forward. I think one of the really important messages right now is what I've been saying consistently about the gun violence in the city. Our violence intervention program is several months in, and almost 2 months ago we started a special part of that just in the entertainment district, really focusing on people that were bringing firearms, especially illegally owned firearms, into our entertainment district. We're going to continue that project. We've recovered several firearms as part of that and have filed appropriate charges, but this is why we're doing it. It's this type of activity, this type of conflict that is happening in which firearms are introduced, and these conflicts are turning deadly. So we're going to continue our efforts, and I continue to tell people, if you're coming downtown, please enjoy the entertainment district, please enjoy it safely, and please don't bring a firearm.
Did you happen to mention what number shooting this was for the year?
I didn't, and I'm going to have to get back to you on that for the overall number for the year. All right, thank you all.